So thinking about craft, snack, and cooking. If you have the space, most self-contained teachers find it helpful to have a multi-purpose area for these things. And it's also really helpful if it can be near a sink and on the tile flooring. Sometimes that's not possible. I've had to have a craft, snack, and cooking area that was near a sink, but on carpet because that's what my classroom had. And sometimes the little tile area right in front of the sink is definitely just a little small area, definitely not big enough for a table to be considered a whole area. So you might need to think about those things a little bit and use what you have. Snack, crafts, and cooking we talked about could be used for those art activities, science experiments, group snack times, those kinds of things can be done in this area. And don't forget that those activities are all great for practicing and working on communication and social skills. So some teachers don't really want to mess with that. It seems like something that isn't necessary in their classroom, and it may not be, your students. But just thinking, especially when you're talking about elementary students, but it can be helpful for older students too. Sitting down and eating a snack together or sitting down and doing a craft together can be a great time for students to use their communication skills to ask for items, so to make requests, even to appropriately respond with a no. Do you want goldfish? No, thanks. That's an appropriate skill to learn. And to wait their turn. It can also be great because students can help with cleaning up that area. They can help with washing the dishes. Of course, with cooking, they can help with a lot of different things. And so it's a great way to incorporate some functional routines into the day as well. So here are some examples of classrooms that have used this area. The top left shows a multi-purpose area. You can see a small fridge and a microwave on the counter and the sink. The cabinets were used for storing art supplies, silverware, napkins, placemats in the drawers for students for snack time. So that's one example. And then you can see the picture on the right is a kitchen area in a high school classroom. This is actually taken in a classroom here in Arkansas. So this was an example of an area that high schoolers could go into and practice their skills in a home type setting, in a very authentic setting, in a way that they would be able to use them for life. So my tips and tricks for this area are to label all the things. Just like with other areas, keep the items that you will need in that area, store them nearby, ready to go. And keep in mind that many arts, crafts, and food items will be things that you don't want students to have unlimited access to. So how can you store them in a way that won't encourage students to be getting into them throughout the day? Cabinets up on top, and sometimes you can use like child safety locks where it just takes a little longer, not locks, but little clips that take a little longer to get into. That can be helpful. So just having things ready to go is my biggest tip for that area also.